Do appreciate it. Today is Thursday show. Yesterday we had a show with, of course, the amazing Mr. Gavin McInnes, and this show marks the. Now everyone's going to freak out. It's the last show that will be done from the New York studio, even though I'm not in the New York studio, but you know, the studios, the booth.
Wait, what?
Chad was right. Chad was right. Everything's closed up. Wow.
What's going on?
There they are.
What?
Oh, you haven't heard about this yet?
This is news to us. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
No, it's not. It's been terrible to like go through all the logistics of this whole thing. Well, everybody, we are a company in mergering. We're mergering everything with Censored.tv. Now, you, the subscribers, I want you people to know nothing will change. You will still be subscribed to Compound Media. That's how the payments go. It's not gonna. The price won't go up. You're still gonna get this show, and you're gonna get In Hot Water and Chrissy's show. Those shows are also involved in the merger between Compound Media and Censored.tv.
Not for long.
The things that won't be continuing, unfortunately, every time something like this happens,
Mergers.
We have
merger.
Redundancies is what they call them in the business.
What a coward.
But
he gets all ensconced in South Carolina. Is like, now I'm going to fire everybody via Zoom.
Especially on the technical side, you get two of things, and that's what we're dealing with here. So the wonderful, of course, young Garrett, who I've worked with many, many years in different operations, and Drew, who like a drunken party brother to me. Love it. And of course, Steve back there, whose name I wouldn't even know if he hadn't been made such an embarrassing speech at Garrett's wedding. And there he is. And Luby, of course, the wonderful Luby. And is anyone else there in the studio?
Kevin's there.
Iraq.
I don't know what they're doing with Iraq yet. I'm not sure what the merged company's plans for Iraq are. But yes, unfortunately, we've had to let everyone know on the technical side at Compound Media that it's been a nice 10-year run. And, them's how things goes sometimes. It's heartbreaking for me. These guys have been with me on a daily basis for years now. Not just people that work for the company or me or anything, but, great guys. That's why the whole thing worked so well, is because everybody was fun. We get done with
pathetic. Garrett is one of the finest employees I've ever seen. I mean, that is fucking sad that he didn't have the balls to bring Garrett with him. I mean, someone's got to run the technical thing. So he's going to hire Gavin's guy, Asian Pat Dixon? This is pathetic.
Work.
Well, I'm a little sad. I'm not going to lie.
A lot of times and hang out, go to the bar, meet people at the
Garrett's
bar.
Just a
if there was
great
something
guy
going on,
and a great producer.
That somebody was doing, we might get together and join them, comedy shows or something. It just, 10 years was a great run, and we built up quite the relationship, this whole team. And that's the part of this that I really fucking hate. Don't like any of that. I'd like to be able to continue doing this with everybody involved. But truth of the matter is, the way podcasting is these days, it's just not viable anymore to have that much overhead. It's the overhead that really does it. Band these days, it's just not viable anymore to have that much overhead.
I've been saying that for years with this fucking clown show. Having a studio.
It's the overhead that really does it. Bandwidth charges and well, pay. I mean, obviously, but like I said, I hate the business end of it. I hate all that shit, and I would love to be able to continue doing the show and have all those guys in the booth involved, but that just was not possible. The whole kind of landscape of podcasting has changed. It's gotten a lot more.
I thought you weren't a podcast. He never called himself now all of a sudden he's a podcaster? I thought you were a radio personality doing a studio show. It was a TV show. Now he's a podcaster?
It's gotten cheaper for people to do. They don't need networks anymore, When we first started this thing 10 years ago, people could start up a podcast and do so, but who's going to watch? No one would watch it. There wasn't a lot of people just watching separate podcasts, so they would join a conglomerate kind of a network like Compound Media, and that kind of worked. People would pay subscription price, and that way we could pay everybody and whatnot. And when a lot of podcasts started coming out, and a lot of them were free,
they're all free.
And people started doing Patreon, and then super chats on that. The whole
he's literally talking to me. Hi, Anthony. Garrett, if you're listening, what
model of the subscriber-based thing didn't work as well. It still works, and it works well with a.
It don't. It hasn't worked for years, and he's been pretending. Gino, did anyone ever bet Gino about the Compound Media closing, the studio closing? Remember, Gino was offering that bet that, of course, Gino would never pay you.
Joined company like Compound and Censored. Again, you're getting more of the people that you want to see in one place, Gino? That are pretty much banned from broadcasting in other places.
They're not. Gino just sucks. Gino's banned like he's banned at every comedy club. He's not banned. He just sucks, so they don't have him there. Same with Chrissy Mayer, that horseface cunt.
I know fucking Gino would get kicked off of YouTube in a second if he did it.
Gino's on YouTube, you drunken clown. You drunken racist. Gino's on YouTube. You don't know that? Gino's friends with Stuttering John too. You don't know that? Wake up, you fucking old man.
His entire show from YouTube. So the subscriber-based thing works in that sense.
Gino and his 50 fans?
Censored has figured out a way to really get the shows out at a much cheaper rate than Compound was.
Right.
Look, when we started Compound Media up, it was me and Keith the Cop.
You had a lot of subscribers.
Cop. I'm a fucking on-air guy. The technical end of this thing was daunting. It was just fucking crazy. And a lot of mistakes were made. A lot of, companies that we got into business with
Artie Lang
to run things wound up costing unbelievable amounts of money.
Yeah, because Keith was an idiot. They had a billing company that they were using, so Keith switched billing companies because he got a cheaper one. But in the process, they lost like 10,000 subscribers because they were just going to be a clean transfer, and then they weren't.
A lot of those things were never remedied, and it just turned into a big expense. Even though the company's making money, it just was, as Gavin likes to say, bleeding money.
Was it?
So,
Gavin invented that, like the Proud Boys? Gino's not on YouTube. He's not, Cumia. You racist clown.
We made this move to join the two companies together.
Right.
And we're what you call partners in it. And I'll still be doing my show, same time, same length, all that. Me and Gavin will do our Wednesday show. You'll be able to watch all the shows on Censored. And Chrissy and Gino will do their shows from their respective studios. So that's why this is kind of the last
Gino's
show
apartment?
that will be.
I mean, Gino's apartment? He don't have a studio.
Broadcast from
Chrissy had a e-bag to build her studio.
The New York compound studios. So yeah, it's been amazing. 10 years. And
didn't I call it? How long ago? Gino, remember I said there's no way they'll go past 10 years in the studio. There's at least me saying that 50 times.
We got a lot accomplished. I think we inspired a lot of other podcasters, and a lot of
like
offshoot podcasts came from it.
Who?
Gas Digital, Legion of Skanks started on Compound Media.
What?
In my fucking basement.
What?
And unfortunately in my pool, which I had a shock with chlorine the next day. But they started there, and then Lewis saw what was going on, started Gas Digital for Legion of Skanks, got other shows.
Again, that network don't make any money either. Remember that guy quit and Lewis was crying because they couldn't pay him a living wage?
On a lot of people, obviously we hear Rogan talk about the old show that I did on at my house, at my Roslyn house in the basement, which kind of started this whole thing. But it was even before that, live from the compound, that inspired him to go, hey, what is this? How can somebody just put something on like this? And, that worked out very well for him. A lot of these podcasters have kind of looked at the model that we started many years ago
and rejected it
and went, yeah, we'll do that. And then the market gets saturated and, shit like that happens. The fucking, Bidenomics economy didn't help either.
He's blaming Biden? Let me get this right. He's not blaming Gino Bisconti or any clowns like that or Keith the Cop. He's blaming Biden. Wow. Look how far he's fallen. What a sad, sad, sad man. Look at that look of confusion, trying to what how else can I spin it? Garrett just got married. He just went to his wedding. Now he's cutting him loose. The best employee I've ever been around.
So many people saying, hey, I'd love to resubscribe, but I can barely afford food.
Nobody's saying that. Nobody said that.
That's part of it. The economy, people, when they start cutting corners.
Nobody said that.
A goof.
Nobody said they had to cut it's $9 a month.
The podcast network that drops N-bombs isn't really top priority on the list. But yeah, so that's where we stand. Nothing will change for you guys except for, obviously the absence of some very fine people. I'm not happy about it. I wish it could have gone another way. It could have. It going another way for many years, a couple of years at least, where about it. I wish it could have gone another way. I kept it going another way for many years, a couple of years at least, where, money wasn't really being made here.
Yeah, no shit. Right, Gino? Remember me saying all that? That they weren't making any money there?
But, everything was cool. So I wanted to keep it going. So that's what we did.
Wow. Wow.
So, it sucks. I hate it, but it's necessary, and we must move forward. Wade, of course, is not happy. I get it. I understand people will not be happy. They have grown very attached a lot of these people. Wade, what's up?
Well, I was just telling Garrett, I mean, those guys do a lot of heavy lifting for you, and some of the other shows they're all right. I don't watch hot water and all that, but I mean, I'm watching you and Garrett and Drew. They're like your right hand man. They tell you what if you can't think of a movie, you can't think of a song, or they're like they got you, and they're right on the ball with bringing your stuff in there. And I mean, God, I hate to lose these guys.
I know you. No one hates.
It's over. It's over. It ain't gonna work. I just realized with this caller, I feel the same way. Like I can't wait to cancel my subscription. I don't know if it's gonna automatically be transferred to Censored.tv, but and I don't want to be supporting the Proud Boys. But this guy's right. He sounds a little drunk, but he's right. It's like it's not gonna be the same. Like he's gonna have a new producer. He's gonna have they probably have that Asian Pat Dixon producing all the shows. And then Garrett's funny. Garrett's fantastic. Steve, I could take or leave. And I mean, not Steve, Drew. Drew is fine too, but Garrett's fantastic. So Cumia fucked up by getting rid of Garrett. He's going to lose a lot of people. This is not going to go well. Garrett not being there. It's just not going to be the same. I mean, it helps that he's in South Carolina. So Garrett's not on screen, but the fact that Garrett's gone he's going to take a hit. Cumia, I'm talking about. Garrett will have too, of course.
Hates to lose these guys more than me. Just realize that.
I predicted Garrett. He would always take Garrett wherever he went, and he just didn't have the balls to stand up to Gavin.
I understand the upside they brought to every show on.
Did you? Did you?
To every show on Compound Media.
Did you?
They're the comic relief, the sidekicks.
Yeah. Then why are you letting them go?
I understand. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's not going to be a loss that goes unnoticed. I get that.
I'm canceling.
But you have to move forward with this whole thing.
So what's going to happen to those guys? Where are they going? I mean, did you get help them get other jobs, or you help them get let you go? Okay, we can go over to this place, or these guys would love to have you. God, I sure hate to see Garrett go back to Sirius XM.
I am not an employment service, sir, but I will do anything I can to obviously help them out in any way. I don't know, while we change over, things come up that might work. I know, that Gino needs some type of engineer to work equipment and whatnot. So I don't know if he's going to take on one of the guys for that, or like, I just don't.
I don't have an engineer. I'm doing fine. Gino has 50 people. Gino's going to pay Garrett out of his own pocket. That'll never happen.
I don't know what that entails, or maybe as we continue going on with the show on Compound Censored, we see some things open up. I don't know. At this point, here's where we are.
What's your show going to look like without Garrett and Drew? I mean, half Asian, whatever his name is, going to come in, take their jobs, and do what they're doing.
Well, we're working on that. We're working on what logistics.
Hey, why don't you tell us after everything's been worked out? I mean, it's this firing Garrett, even though everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Particularly, it'll go live, but it's going to look like this. It's going to sound like this. I mean, going to the booth obviously isn't an option. Again, that sucks. I get it, but here's where we are. It's 2024, my friend.
Well, I know you're stand up back during the pandemic and all that, and Drew lived with you, and Dave lived with you, and
yeah. I mean, we had a blast.
You guys, we're in the trenches for big time when it was really hard, and now dude, we're coming out of it. We're coming out of it. I would not trade my I'd cut back on my food before I cut back on compound media.
Well, I see you haven't cut back on your booze since.
Yeah, I have. I've cut back a bit.
Have you been?
I'm like you. I'm starting to have a little wine and just a
couple of early evening beverages. I like it. No problem, my friend. I appreciate it.
I'm not hitting it. Not hitting the hard stuff like I used to.
No.
What the fuck happened to this show? Adam.
Gotcha. Little buzz, little late afternoon, early evening buzz is fine.
Oh,
Very
dude,
fine.
I've been up since 5:30 this morning, so. I just waiting for the. I just waiting for the debates today, and.
Yes, we will talk about that a little bit in a little while. I just obviously wanted to address this whole situation, but Wade, I appreciate your dedication and your concerns, and like I said, we're moving forward. And again, like everything else, we have no idea what the future will bring. So, thank you, Wade. You have fun with your wine or whatever else you'll be drinking for the rest of the day. I appreciate that. I think I might even have a drink after this. It's fucking, you people know me. You people know me as well as anybody. No, I do not like stuff like this. I like status quo. I like just gliding. Things are working. Let's keep them going. Things aren't working. I think we could keep them working. I don't like conflict, confrontation. I don't like being a boss. I just don't like any of that stuff. So
that's why he had to go to South Carolina to fire everybody. Wow. Unbelievable. Oh, man. What happened to the screen? I can't make it full now. What the fuck is it doing? Is this part of Gino's plan?
This is, terrible for me. I don't like this stuff. It took a very long time to even start setting the wheels in motion to do this. These merger discussions between Compound and Censored came up years ago, literally years ago. And we'd talk about it a little and I would just ignore it. And I would, whatever. And we just keep going and going and going. And once I started coming down here more in South Carolina and
I knew it
here, it just became more apparent that, this had to be done.
Didn't I predict it? I said once he gets comfortable down there, he's going to be like, all right, I don't have to face anybody face to face, fire them face to face. I'll have Gavin do it. And once they can't kill me or anything like that, I'll do it. Once he's done coming up to New York, I mean, it's so predictable.
Had to be. So, it
so
sucks.
sad.
But JD on line 5. JD, what's up?
I'm really fucking depressed for Garrett.
Hey, sad day.
Yes, indeed.
Sad day.
I know.
Quick question. When you let the guys know about what was happening, did you give them $2,500 and say, now I got to turn my back to you?
No, I did not. I did not. $2,500 for a life. No, I didn't do a Goodfellas scene or anything. Actually, it was Gavin. I was in on the meeting, but with the merger and the technical end of the company will be the censored part of it. I'm still going to do a show, like I said, Gino and Chrissy, but the technical end of Compound was just.
Yeah, it's cheaper. Just do it from wherever Gavin does his show. It's wherever he does it, it's cheaper. Maybe he does it out of his house. Who knows?
Redundant clusterfuck of equipment and bandwidth and other companies, and that had to be dealt with. And when you have two production studios and you merge, you don't need both, and that was the issue. So, oh, good.
Well, they're a great bunch of boys, and
I know.
I'm very proud of them.
I am, and I definitely agree.
I wish you and all of them nothing but health and happiness, and may their first child be a masculine child. Punch it out, my friend.
Thank you, JD. This stuff. Fitzy doesn't look happy. Let's go to Fitzy on line 3.
Greggy Fitzy?
Fitzy, what's up?
Anthony, I ride and die with you through so much shit. I've been listening to you since your first day on AAF.
That's me.
I've had a real bad taste in my mouth, man. Real bad taste. Garrett,
explain.
Steve, and Drew, they do so much, and I just bought a fucking Garrett and Steve show shirt. What the fuck, man?
Well, like anything else, they can, I'm not a company that took possession of their intellectual property. They can continue doing a show and use their own names. I won't make them sign a non-compete where they can't broadcast
like
for
Robbie
3
Kelly?
months. I enjoy those guys. I think they're very funny, talented guys, and I loved working with them for 10 years, and I would like to continue. But obviously, at this point, that's not possible, and they are absolutely free. I will do whatever I can to help promote anything that they want to do or anywhere they want to go.
It's like Joanne and Bill Schultz going on. Oh, man, this is depressing. Oh, man. It's like when Bill Schultz... Oh, God damn it. I never thought he would do this to Garrett. Listen, I'm not being fake. I'm a little depressed. It's like Garrett is fantastic. I mean, I just called him the other day, right? On Monday, or what day was that? Monday? I mean, he's still laughing. He still has his sense of humor. Oh, it's fucking sad. It's rough. Wow, I'll go back to but it's all gonna be calls, and I feel the same way as these callers. It's like it is not gonna be the same. I mean, Gavin's younger, he's got more of an agenda, obviously.